Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Pseudos Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. Today I'm doing a review on the Plymouth Yarn Dreambaby DK Paintpot. This is 50% acrylic microfiber and 50% nylon. This I got at the A Likely Yarn store in Abingdon, Virginia. And this was the only one they had in this color. I was going to get more, but this was the only one. Now, this is 50 grams, approximately 174 yards, and it recommends 4mm knitting needles. It is machine wash, gentle cycle, tumble dry. And we all know that Plymouth Yarns is made in Turkey. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure you guys can see that. There we go. And on here, it does say it's the color is a number. It's 1411. And on their price tag sticker, they have orange/yellow 1411. So if you look on Plymouth Yarn's website, that is the number that you'll go by for this particular colorway. All right, so let me go ahead and get you down to my desk here so we can go ahead and do up a swatch and see how it works out. All right, so here we go, and here's the, well, let me go ahead and pull out some yarn from the center because I like center pulling. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, here we go. Yarn barf. That was almost the entire center, I think. All right. So as you can see, the majority of the color is orange. It kind of looks yellow. Let me turn my... Does that look orange to you now, or does it still look... Okay, I think that's too bright. It's actually glaring off my... There we go. It looks yellow, but it is actually orange. I'm not sure why it looks like that, but... Alright, there's the end. There's the end, but I think I'm going to make sure that there's no snags when I'm going through. Now, I will be using a 4mm crochet hook, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Alright. Well, where did it? There it is. Alright, so I'm using the Susan Bates 4mm crochet hook. I do like her hooks because they're inline. They normally work better for me with crocheting than a tapered does. Now, tapered I will use if the inline is not working to my liking. Alright, let's get this on my hook. There we go. Alright. So, I'm going to do a thing of 15 here. All right, there's my 15. I'm thinking that's 15. It might be 14. Give it another chain just to make sure. I just don't feel like going back to count. All right, so there's my chain. Let me see if I can get my camera to pick this true to color. Yeah, it still looks yellow. That's interesting. Alright, so I'm going to do a row of single crochet, half double crochet, triple, and then a special stitch, and then we'll see how it frogs. And while I'm working on that, what have you guys been up to? What are you working on this week? Are you working on the Jada and Stitches blanket this week? Are you making something else right now? are you making an old pattern of Jaden stitches? Because I know at this time of year, most people, not everybody, are trying to get, their calendar blanket done. This is the first time I'm doing a Jaden Stitches calendar blanket. I do like her concept for this year. I did like last year's as well, but I did not do it because I had other projects that I was working on, and there was just no way that I would have been able to get them done in time. And doing that blanket, I'll probably go back to it and maybe do it another time, but right now I'm just working on this year's blanket. I'm also still working on my one cake cardigan that Ginger came out with. I think I finally got the first side done before you split and do the back part of it. I'm just wanting to make sure that it's wide enough to make sure that it covers where I want it to cover to on me. And I'm using an anniversary cake from Karen, however everybody says it. All right, so there's my single crochet row. This feels thinner than a DK. I'm not sure, but I mean, see how thin that is? Do you think that's a DK? Do you think it's like a thinner DK? Almost like a, yeah, I'm thinking of it. It's Lion Brand. Lion Brand mandala. That's what I think this feels like, because it's kind of thin, but we'll see. All right, now on to the half double crochet. Let's see. Now, if you haven't seen my now I didn't get it to do a walkthrough on a likely yarn. I have to reach out today to speak with the owner to get permission to do it, because the lady that was there, not a girl, a lady, the lady that was working yesterday said, when I walked in, I asked her if I could, record for the channel, and she said, well, you'd have to get the owner's permission to do so, so I need to call and reach out to her. Maybe that is more of a yellow. Okay, so it's changing from yellow to orange. Okay. That looks like maybe it's like a palish orange. So we're actually changing colors now on the second row. So the color change isn't very long. You don't have so this might not be something that you could use to pull with to make a design. Now, I could be wrong, but let's see how long the orange goes for. Let's see. And as of today, March 5th, 2023, you will see this on Wednesday, March 8th. If you haven't seen the items that I purchased, if you've just watched this video, on Tuesday, yesterday, I will have the review that I did on the Gina yarn by Plymouth Yarns. So you can check that out if you haven't already. I will be giving a score on how I feel about this yarn once I'm done working up the swatch and frogging it to see how well it frogs. Now this was $5.50 for this little hank of yarn, which, 50 acrylic, 50, there we go. Yeah, I am trying to go into that stitch. I'm trying to go into this last one. Now, as I mentioned before, I do not skip the first stitch when I chain up to turn. It just works out better for me that way. It doesn't look as bumpy on the sides. Okay, so there's that row. That was the half double crochet. And so it went from a yellow to an orange. We're going to go ahead and chain one and do the double crochet. Do you like going to local yarn stores once in a while to get some nice yarns that you can't find at like Joann's or Michael's or even Hobby Lobby? I'm going so I can show you guys, what other options you have in your area besides going to the local box stores, as people call them. Because local yarn stores to me are like people who want to help the yarn community, whether you're a crocheter or a knitter, to offer you different options that you may not get from other stores. And some of them are only available at, get back in view here, at local yarn stores like Universal. I've seen quite a few Universal yarns in stores that I've gone to. I've seen, Plymouth Yarn and what's the other one? Malabrigo. Those are the two biggest that I've seen in other stores, local yarn stores. I am hoping when I go to my next outing to get some Malabrigo, because I do want to try it out. I was debating on whether or not to get some yesterday because she did have quite a bit of that brand in the different lines there, but I also wanted to make sure that I could get other yarns to show you guys as well. So this orange is still going here. Now granted, the yellow was part of the starting chain, so I can understand why the yellow didn't last as long, maybe. Alright, so there's the double crochet. Not too bad. And I am using that 4mm hook. I wouldn't suggest going any lower than a 4mm hook, unless you're doing maybe amigurumi with it, because this would be something that you could probably use for that, with it being acrylic and nylon. You could, it is washable and dryable. Let me make sure. I just read it to you guys and I forgot. Yeah, tumble dry low. So, all right, now I'm gonna do the triple crochet or treble crochet. Now, I've heard of people asking about triple double. I have not learned that stitch, nor have I know I want to say Bag O' Day might have how to do that one, but I have not learned that stitch, so. And I'm not sure if you do something different, like you go yarn over after the two, pull up one, yarn over, and go through some of them, but not. You still leave the stitches that you need to leave. Now, sorry, I'm getting out of camera. Alright, there we go. I don't use the treble stitch often, unless it's called for in a pattern that I want to try. But I mainly stick to the half double and double, and maybe single to, oh, here we go. There's a little bit of, white in there. Not much, but there's a little bit of splash of white. And then it goes right back to orange. Oh, here we go. Now we can see what this looks like worked up here. Now, because I am using the triple crochet, I will probably see some changes in the colors more than if you were just to do double or half double or even single, because it'll take longer to get through with doing the smaller stitches because you're not using as much yarn. Now I don't know if it's because I'm the way I'm holding it, but see, there's some white there. So right here is where it's gonna give you the splash effect, I guess you could say, of white, because it's not like the whole thing is white. It's just a splash of white, go back to orange, a splash of white. I'm hoping I get to this other color to see how that plays out, but we'll see, because there is a little bit of green in this as well. Let's see. Twice, Crystal. You gotta remind myself, twice yarn over before you pull up another piece of yarn. So there's some more white. If this was an orange and white, I would probably call it Dreamsicle, in my opinion. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to do just a double again. Whoop! And there I go, showing you under my desk because I bumped my camera. All right, there we go. I did not think of moving this when I've done my previous reviews of yarn, so I'm gonna try. I'll get it perfected with having my camera in the right angle for these. All right, go. So there's a little bit of, and I'm sure you could also do, get an orange colored yarn with white and kind of accent it. Is that like dreamsicles or creamsicles? They're really tasty, yummy. And this is pretty soft. It's really soft. And the microfiber acrylic, I'm not sure why you'd use microfiber acrylic, but maybe it just makes it softer. All right, so let's see. So there's that. So there's the single, the half double, the double, the triple, where it's got some orange and white. I think somebody needs to come up with an orange and white yarn so we can make dreamsicles, creamsicles. All right, now my special stitch that I just can't get enough of is going to be the next row. And then we'll go ahead and frog it. I do see some good stitch definition in my opinion. I know they're not really special stitches, but it's nice when you can get good stitch definition, because you want to be able to see your stitches. So, all right, go ahead and work this up, and then we will go ahead and, wow, that's pretty gapey there. Okay, so again, I guess with triples, maybe a little smaller, because that was the big gape between these two stitches, and I'm not sure. Okay, let me go back. I think I boo-booed on that one. Whoopsie. Might have boo-booed. Nobody's perfect, right? Right. All right. So let's go ahead and, where is my, there it is. Okay. Because I am trying to come up with a pattern that would represent like a dreamsicle theme. Like the colorway being orange and white. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that color, specifically just orange and white, or if it's always had another color with it too. Like this one, I thought it was just going to be orange and white, but here there's actually yellow and orange and white, and there's a little bit of green as well. I don't know. No, I don't think I'm going to get to the green. I'll show it to you in the yarn where it's at, but I don't think I'm actually going to get to it in this swatch. Has anybody ever used the Plymouth Dreambaby paint pot? If you have, what have you made with it? Have you made baby blankets with it? Baby clothing? Something totally not baby related? Like a shawl or a hat or a scarf? Because it is a DK, but like I said, and there goes my alert thingy. I can't mute that. There is a what was I gonna say now? My phone distracted me. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was gonna say. If it comes back to me, I'll say it again. But it is a DK weight. So what And if you haven't used it, would you like to try Would you like to try it? Because the Knit and Coop in Salem, Virginia does carry this. It does come in the Paintpot. The Paintpot colors, which is the variegated colors, and then they have the solid colors as well. I don't think it's called Paintpot. It's just called Dreambaby DK. I think the Paintpot is the variegated coloring. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong about that, but I don't think it's called Paintpot with it just being a solid color. Alright, almost done with this row and me yakking here. Oh, no. Okay. So far, I'm getting the orange and white color, which is cool. I like the color. I like how it plays out. Not everybody likes colors that change like this, so. Alright. And my last stitch. Okay, so this is what that herringbone, I think it's the double crochet herringbone. And maybe it's the single crochet herringbone. I don't know, but I like this stitch. I like how it slants the stitch. And then there's the triple, the double, and then the half double. Oops, the half double and the double there. And then the singles below it. Alright, now let's go ahead and see how this frogs. It is a little fuzzy if you can see that if you can see that there. I didn't think it was that fuzzy, but my camera's picking up a lot of fuzz. And I'm still gently pulling. I'm not hard pulling. I'm not trying to like yank it out. None of that here. Okay, let me flip it here. Sometimes I think if you flip it, like if you're going back the opposite direction that you crocheted it. Okay, so that got hung up a little bit there. All right. See how it got hung up? That fuzziness got stuck onto the previous row. There we go. So one hang up, which isn't bad, considering I didn't realize how fuzzy this was. All right. And flip it. And I'm still trying to get this too. There we go. There we go. All right. Almost done here. And no, I didn't flip it, but it's the last row and then the chain here. All right, and like I said, there is, let me see if I can get to it here. I don't know if I will be able to, but let me see. And there's some fuzz on my, right. So it seems like there's a lot of orange there. And then when that's done, it goes to white, a little bit of orange. See how that there, well, it's picking up yellow. But see, there's some green here, and then there's some, this stinking camera, it's gonna make me mad here. Stop. So it goes white, there's some green, white, and then back to orange, and then back to white. So here it might come up a little bit different, like this was supposed to be a pattern. Let's see, here's some more. See, there it goes. Okay, there's the orange, the green, a little bit of splash of green. And then I think after it does all that, I know it's my ball here or whatever that was pulled out of the center. This is what that looked like after all of the orange and white and yellow. I think it looks better if I put it on my hand for you. It looks more true to color. And like I said, they consider this a DK, but I think it's like closer to a mandala DK, which is their lightweight 3. But you can you can judge it yourself. If you've used this before, do you think this is a true DK or do you think it's closer to a 2? Because that's what I'm picking up, a 2. And you guys are picking up my fingerprint. Okay. All right. Well, if you liked today's video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like what you see on my channel, please go ahead and subscribe and remember to hit that notification bell so you're always aware of when I put out new videos. All right. Well, thank you again for watching today's episode, and I hope you all stay safe and stay crafty. Until next time, have a good day.